Hey guys, so I actually just want to talk about this whole Titan situation for just a second, right? I have seen a lot of people, including Moist Critical specifically, right? Um try to claim that this whole mission of theirs was doomed from the start, right? Because they used an Xbox gaming controller and because the that there was no like hatch. Instead, they were like bolted in. I'm not sure the specifics of that last part, but I know that basically they can't get out. They have to have someone else get them out, basically, right? And like, I'm not an actual engineer, right? I just do like, I mean, it's not like college engineering. It's just engineering and transfer mice, basically. Um, but like I just need to say this right here. That's not a problem at all. Both of those things, right? So with the hatch, for example, right? People keep up bringing like the Apollo mission. I think it was the Apollo mission where they did this, right? Um, with the Apollo mission, yes, there is a need for astronauts sometimes to get out of the spaceship, which is why being bolted in that scenario is kind of a bad thing. Even there, though, it's actually kind of interesting. I like that idea, right? But yeah, there can be problems with that, right? However, in this scenario, no, there is no scenario at all where you would ever get out of the sub um where you wouldn't already have other people available to you, right? When you surface to the water, you're gonna be at the boat anyway, so I mean that there's gonna be someone there. um and all it does is it improves structural capability, and it just causes less problems overall for the structure. At least I would assume that. I've worked with hinges before, and they're annoying for structural problems. But bolting something on it would probably be a lot less problematic in that point. Um, and then secondly, the game controller. I just want to point this out here. That again is better structurally speaking, right? Because if we're talking about like a corded system or any kind of like lever system, anything at all like that, where it's like directly into the sub itself, then at that point now you're introducing new holes where there can be structural integrity problems, right? So they're using a Bluetooth game controller where they have multiples of it in case something goes wrong with the first one, right? If something goes wrong on like a normal sub, then now you can't go up and down or anything like that. You're just fucked, right? But with a game controller, you're not actually fucked, right? So genuinely, both of those things are actually good, and it really sucks that this mission failed. Um, because now whenever people are wanting to like bring up these two things and say we should introduce them to subs, um, at that point in time, they're gonna like look at this and go, oh hey, well this in particular mission failed, so it must mean that these two things are bad, right? It's like no, that's not that's not what that means at all. It means that there were other problems associated with the sub that caused it to fail. In this case, from what I'm familiar with, it's the carbon fiber. It's the general structural ability that it was made as, right? It's a cylinder. It's not a sphere, um, which was the problem. But even there, I mean, they must have been doing something right because from what I'm aware of, they had done the mission several times, right? Now, they didn't fucking do the right procedures for, making sure that the sub was still okay to go back for more trips, right? But they did it multiple times. Like it's I like bear in mind I'm not defending the CEO or any of the people on the board of the ship except actually the 21-year-old. I really want to defend him because I feel really bad for him, honestly. Like what the fuck? Like he died really young. He didn't deserve to die that young. But Yeah, I'm more just defending the engineering aspect of this here because genuinely, there's actually nothing wrong with the engineering aspect of this here, at least in those two specific circumstances, right? And I'm certain that there's other things that the sub did right, because it was all experimental, right? And again, it largely succeeded. It's just, well, I mean, if you fail once, you die. That's it, right? Um, but obviously there were other successes in the submarine where it was given a rating that was not able it was not able to go that low, right? Yet it was still able to go that low. Like it's I I think that there's a problem with how people are addressing this. They're blaming the wrong things when really the general structurability of it is what should be blamed, right? Um, so the gaming controller and the bolting on, as stupid as that sounds, they're actually smart ideas. They're not stupid ideas. They're very smart. So, anyway, have a great day, everyone.